Hello fellow preppers. Today we're going to learn how to mend some fencing, take care of rotten posts without having to take everything down, maybe some buddy posting so you're not losing the tension in your fence by taking out one post and adding another one in, as well as how to fence across water and repair it, and that's what Adam's doing right now. It's great to have this water source on our survival homestead here, but we do keep fencing across it to keep the livestock in. They can come down here, they can water. It's great for rotating what pastures they're in and separating them off from what's on the other side, which is a hay field getting ready to be cut. But we do get flooding, more so in the last 2 years. And when it floods, you're going to lose fencing, sometimes from the power of the water, which I'm sure that you can hear babbling through, and I apologize for that. I'm trying to adjust the mic to reduce that interference, but to get close enough for you to actually see what Adam is doing, and without putting my phone directly, my tripod in the water and having the phone fall out, this is the best positioning I could do. But we have a lot of debris that comes down this creek. You wouldn't believe the things that float down through it. One of the reasons we chose this property, we wanted something with a natural spring-fed pond or a creek, and this property had both. Our house is a half mile from the road, so added security near the bottom is also a concern. It doesn't look like anybody lives here until you get up to where the house is in the upper pasture. It took us 3 years to find the perfect prepper retreat spot. I believe we finally did. As perfect as what we could have in our budget. Would have liked to have 500 acres, but you know, the bank won't lend that much. So Adam now has the barbed wire fence dislodged, trying to save what we can. Don't want to waste a bunch of money every time that a deer goes through a fence or we get flooding and string all brand new barbed wire fence. So he was taking a hammer and digging as much out of the bank as he could. We had some trees fall in, some erosion on the banks from all the rain, so that can mean that you have to adjust your fence posts or place new ones as well if you lose something like that, or I think we've lost up to a foot in a couple of spots of bank. I know that the fencing by our garden used to sit right up directly on the creek bank, the former owner told me, and now it's like 10 feet back. There's been that much change to the creek, which leads to local fishing and boating lake. We could actually get an amphibious vehicle or a canoe. Certain spots going to depend on the water depth of the canoe, but the amphibious vehicle or a kayak, if we needed to go straight down to the back entrance of the lake, unseen, and fish. So now you're going to start stringing Adam. Adam forgot to bring work gloves. That is something that you definitely, let me find him here. There we go. Something you definitely want to remember when you're working with barbed wire, isn't it, Adam? Yeah. The spare pair that was in the Ranger is not in there. My spare pair went to my daughter's boyfriend who started a logging job. Also didn't think about work gloves. Adam has on his muck boots. Those are essential for around your survival retreat. And it looks like he got redneck creative and put duct tape around it, keep the water out. That's not a bad idea. So you have the fencing dug up as much as you can. We are using trees as much as we can to do any fencing, really, but definitely around the creek. Getting a locust post stuck in the soft ground is not really going to work. It's going to give. With the same problem with T-posts. We had one angled into the side of the creek, but it got too wet and the water got too high and we lost that fence post. It's now laying over here and is of no use. It was partially rotted on the bottom. That'll happen quickly.